are starting. Good morning all of you. So the last chapter was completed and we are going to start a new chapter today, and that is from your grammar part, synthesis. Synthesis of sentences. Before starting this chapter, we should start some basic things. We should know some basic things about the sentences. Okay, what kind of sentences we are having, how the sentences are divided in grammar. First thing you should know that the sentences are divided on two bases. Fine. Sentences are divided on two bases. First is meaning and second is syntax. Syntax. Sentences की जब भी हम बात करते हैं, when we divide the sentences of different kinds of sentences, that what kind of sentence we are having, then sentences are divided on the basis, on these two bases always. First is meaning के base पर, second is syntax के base पर, on the basis of syntax. So what kind of sentences we are having on the basis of meaning? How many sentences, how many types of sentences we are having when we divide them on the basis of meaning? See, if we are dividing them on the basis of meaning, एक sentence को हम अगर meaning के base पर divide कर रहे हैं, sentence कितने तरह के होते हैं, meaning के base पर अगर हम उन्हें divide करेंगे, so we are having 5 kinds of sentences. You already know about that. First kind of sentence is declarative, or if we can say it positive, we can call it affirmative. Means एक informative sentence जो होता है, it is having 3 or 4 names. This kind of sentence can be called declarative also. This kind of sentence can be called positive also. This kind of sentence can be called affirmative also. This kind of sentence can be called informative also. Fine. So what kind of sentence can be called declarative? As like if I am telling that I am a teacher. This is just an information which I am giving you. This is just an information which I am telling you. Fine. So this is just a simple sentence. That kind of sentence, when it is giving an information to us, that kind of sentence will be called declarative sentence. Fine. These are the basic of this chapter. That's why I am explaining. Fine. Second kind of sentence is negative sentence. Just a second. Second kind of sentence is negative sentence. What kind of sentence is called a negative sentence? The sentence which are having any negation. Fine. That kind of sentence will be called negative sentence. As like if I am asking you, do you go for a morning walk? Do you go for a morning walk? And you are saying, I do not go for a morning walk. So the sentence is having a negation in it. I do not go for morning walk. Okay, the sentence is having a negation in it. That's why it will be called a negative sentence. Third kind of sentence, if we are talking about the main basis of meaning, that is interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence. When a sentence is having a question in it, that kind of sentence will be called interrogative sentence. Now this question can be based on WH question. It can be start with WH question. It can be start with any auxiliary verb also. As like if I am asking you, are you a student? Fine. You will answer only yes or no. Yes, I am a student, or no, I am not a student. Fine. If I am asking WH question, if I will ask a question with the help of a WH word, then you have to give an information in the in the answer of that. Fine. As like if I will ask you, where did you buy it from? आपके हाथ में की रिंग है, मैंने पूछा कि कहाँ से खरीदा, वेयर डिड यू बाय इट फ्रॉम. आपको एक इंफॉर्मेशन देनी पड़ेगी उसके आंसर में, आप उसके रिप्लाई में, दैट आई बॉट इट फ्रॉम जीटी, आई बॉट इट फ्रॉम सेक्रेटरिएट, व्हाटएवर इट इज. फाइन. So that kind of sentences, when we are asking a question, that kind of sentence will be called interrogative sentence. As like if I am asking you, where do you go on, just a second. Where do you go for chill on weekends? कि आप थोड़ा सा मजे करने के लिए, हम जब पूरे वीक काम करते रहते हैं तो हम थोड़ा सा चिल करने के लिए कहाँ पर जाते हो, आप कहाँ पर जाते हो, where do you go for chill on weekends? Fine. So these three kinds of sentences we have discussed. Fourth kind of sentence, that is exclamatory. Can anybody give me an example of this sentence? What kind of sentence is called exclamatory sentence? The sentence that is having that contains any sudden feeling of joy, sudden feeling of you can say surprise, sudden feeling of sadness. That kind of sentence will be called exclamatory sentence. As like if I am saying, what an interesting book it is. What an interesting story, you can say. Fine. That end. At the end of this sentence, we will have a exclamation mark. So this kind of sentence, when we are having a sudden feeling of something, sudden feeling of joy, sudden feeling of sadness, sudden feeling of surprise, that kind of sentence will be called exclamatory sentence. And in this category also, we include the sentence when we make a wish or prayer to God, as like may you live long. That kind of sentence will be called exclamatory sentence. Fifth kind of sentence, that is imperative sentence. Imperative. What kind of sentence will be called imperative? Hanji. When there is a command, or request, that kind of sentence will be called imperative sentence. As like if you are saying don't go. If you are saying switch off the fan. If you are saying please give me a glass of water. That kind of sentences will be called imperative sentence. When we are having just a order, when we are placing just an order, when we are giving any command, when we are requesting someone. So these 5 kinds of sentences we are having on the basis of meaning. When we divide sentences on the basis of meaning, these 5 are the kinds of the sentences. Have you got all these kinds, or any doubt still? Are you having any doubt? Yes, yeah, please. Okay, fine. Anyone else except Dimple? Except Dimple, I'm not getting any reply.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you having any doubt, or you are saying it is clear to you?
Ma'am, it's clear.
Okay, fine. We are moving to the next kind of sentence. Actually, the chapter's name was synthesis. The second kind of, we can say, the things which the sentences which we were dividing. On the basis of meaning we have learnt already. Now we are discussing the sentences which are divided, or which are divided on the basis of syntax. Fine. So syntax के base पर, syntax होता क्या है? First you think about that. What is syntax? हाँ जी. सिंटेक्स इज कॉल्ड बनावट. कैसे सेंटेंसेस बनते हैं, सेंटेंसेस बनते कैसे हैं? इफ वी आर डिवाइडिंग ऑन द बेस ऑफ सिंटेक्स, हाउ द सेंटेंसेस आर डिवाइडेड. Three kinds of sentences we are having on the basis of syntax. First one is simple sentence. Second kind of sentence is compound sentence. Third kind of sentence is complex sentence. First kind of sentence is called simple sentence. Second kind of sentence will be called compound sentence. Third kind of sentence will be called complex sentence. What are the qualities? किस तरह से क्या identification होती है इनके? That we are going to learn one by one. Fine. In the chapter, in our chapter. Actually, the sentence, our chapter starts from here only. यहाँ से हमारा chapter start हो रहा है, जो इसका basis है. Fine. क्या होता है एक सिंपल सेंटेंस? क्या चीज होती है? What is a simple sentence? What is the basis of this basic of this chapter? That if we are having two simple sentences, if we are having two simple sentences and we are joining them together, after joining also it should be a simple sentence. That is the basic of this chapter. कि आपने दो सिंपल सेंटेंस आपको दे दिए गए हैं, आपको उनको ज्वाइन करके एक सिंगल सेंटेंस बनाना है. सिंगल सेंटेंस बनाना है, बनाने के बाद भी वो एक सिंपल ही सेंटेंस रहे. क्या क्वालिटीज होती है सिंपल सेंटेंस की, क्या क्वालिटीज होती है कंपाउंड सेंटेंस की? दैट वी आर गोइंग टू डिसाइड, दैट वी आर गोइंग टू लर्न राइट नाउ. व्हाट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ अ सिंपल सेंटेंस? फाइन. फर्स्ट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट सिंपल सेंटेंस ओनली. What is special about a simple sentence? See, in a simple sentence actually only a single finite verb is used. In a simple sentence, how can we identify that this is a simple sentence? कैसे पहचानेंगे कि ये एक simple sentence है? क्या difference होगा simple sentence में, compound sentence में and complex sentence में? If the sentence is having only a single finite verb and subject, then it will be called simple sentence. अब ये finite verb क्या चीज होती है? What is a finite verb? Can anybody tell me what two kinds of verbs we are having? Finite and second kind of verb is non-finite. Can anybody give me a little bit idea about this? What kind of verb is finite and what kind of verb is infinite, non-finite? No? हाँ जी. See, finite verb is a verb. Finite verb is a verb that changes according to the number and tense. According to the number and tense, that changes according to the number and tense. As like if we are having a singular person, then it is used in another text. If we are having plural person, if we are having plural subjects, if we are having present tense, if we are having past tense, it changes according to the tense. It changes according to the person which are the subjects. As like if I am saying, I live in Jaipur. I live in Jaipur. Fine. Right now, though, I live in Jaipur. But if I talk before my marriage, I lived in Haryana. Fine. But अगर मैं अपने ब्रदर की बात कर रही हूँ, he lives in Haryana. He lives in Haryana. फाइन. यहाँ पर देखिए I live, अगर मैं पहले रहती थी जहां पर भी रहती थी, सेंटेंस में ज्यादा डिफरेंस नहीं है. I live in Jaipur right now. I lived in Haryana. मैं रहती थी. My brother lives in Haryana. मैं अपने लिए तो live यूज कर रही हूँ, मेरे ब्रदर के लिए lives यूज कर रही हूँ, और पास्ट के लिए मैं lived यूज कर रही हूँ. So is there any the verb changing itself or not according to the number and person? हाँ जी, the verb is changing itself according to the tense or number, or it is the same in each and every sentence? Nobody wants to speak. Is it changing or not? It is changing according to the person. It is changing according to the tense. This sentence and this sentence, these sentences belonging to the present, but these in this one we are using living, live. In this we are using live. So it is changing according to the person also. But if we see, I like to eat pizza. He likes to eat pizza. Or I can say, I like to eat pizza. Now again, another kind of examples are there in front of us. See, here like is changing according to the number and person or tense. But this to eat, it's same in each and every sentence. Fine. This to eat is not changing itself while changing the person, while changing the tense. This to eat is same in all kinds of sentence. So the verbs which are changing itself according to the number and person, that kind of verb will be called finite verbs. Finite verb. And the verbs which are not changing themselves according to the number and tenses, that kind of verb will be called non-finite verb. This is non-finite verb. This is finite verb. So the difference between finite and non-finite verb is clear to you or not? Please reply. I am waiting for your reply.
Yes, ma'am.
The difference between finite and non-finite is clear. Now we are coming to the topic that was our simple sentence. Simple sentence की हम बात कर रहे थे, and what was the quality, or I can say what is special, how can we identify that it is a simple sentence? That I told you in the definition that simple sentence is always contains a single finite verb. एक ही सिंगल फाइनाइट वर्ब होनी चाहिए सिंपल सेंटेंस में. इफ इट कंटेन्स 2 or 3 फाइनाइट वर्ब, then it cannot be called a simple sentence. Fine. So this was all about for today. We will start our how the sentences are merged, how the simple sentences are merged, and how it will become only simple sentence only. Merging के बाद भी simple sentence कैसे रह जाता है, that we are going to learn in our tomorrow's class. Fine. For today, this was all about for today. Bye bye all of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
It's okay, dear. Welcome.